if I was to hide any of this, you know, I wouldn't be. It wouldn't be, you know, a true depiction. This doco wouldn't be a true depiction of my lifestyle, the things I do in my life, you know. And we can't very well, because this is so important in my life. This is. I suppose what a fella lives for. Come on. In like Flynn and straight in. Woof woof. Yeah. So there. Now, there's no outward signs that I've had a hit, is there? There's no outward signs?
Wouldn't know it.
Well, you see, you know, because I've been at it since '73, you know, I know how much to take. And, oh yes, it's coming up very nice now, you know. I mean, I'm feeling I'm different, you know.
Yeah.
But there's no outward appearance, is there?
No.
All right, well, you know, I'm no harm to anybody but to myself. No. And if this is harmful, bring on the... I've used this place for about, 7 years off and on. Off and on, you know. People know I sleep there, you know, yeah, and they don't mind, you know. Yeah, I'd make me a little bed down here, I would, you know. I'd clean up the telltale signs, you know, and shit like this. Use that for a pillow. And I got my little cubbyhole there, you know. I'd block up the entrance to the door there in case if it's a windy night, so to keep the wind out. And but it warms up, you know, very quickly. It does. You've got an air vent above the window there, so, you know, and in the window, big hole there. But I mean, it's not cold, it's warm after a while, you know. And I suppose, you know, you could say it's a sign of being a very lonely person and that, you know. I suppose I am lonely, but, you know, I seem to be comfortable being lonely, you know. I'm not, it hasn't worried me unduly. I'm relaxed about that, you know. In about 1964, I was 19 and I suddenly found myself acting on stage. I just flew, you know, flew with it, you know, I went with it, you know. I was there and I kicked it off. I started at somebody who was a Billy Wentworth. He was the Aboriginal protector at that time. He gave me the money to start Black Theatre. When I started robbing people, I put it under a classification of collecting the rent. Justified myself as a hunter-gatherer, going on to prime Aboriginal land, you know, on the other side of the Yarra. Believe it or not, I own this area. I am walking, I am patrolling, left here, so I am patrolling my lands. Well, I've been doing it for a number of years, since I was 17, and I've always done these areas, you know. I've been comfortable with Kew. One Montalto. Montalto, seen me a lot of times. Yes.
So how many times?
11. 11 times. Can we get us all in? I can tell you, I always got over $1,000 every time I came here. $800 at least. I never broke into a place. I opened the place. The bay windows, they'd
they'd latch with a sliver of thin plastic and things like that. And just by doing a full circle here, you know, full circle around here, you know, I can spot 5 houses, you know, all double-storied, that I've frequented and checked out and that, you know. Whether when your backpack's loaded up with fucking videos, the video player, and you're holding onto a little TV and some other fucking bag too, that's got women's purses and wallets and things like that in, you know, over the fence goes. There's often times I've had to duck in there. They've been there for years, these things, and I've ducked in and hidden behind here, you know. And it's quite easy to duck down here and hide there, you know. But if you needed to get away from the, you know, when you heard that the jacks were coming along here, you jump on those things here, on this railing here, right? And you get up here and you go across under the bridge and get away from the jacks that way. Really? Yes. We've still got a lot of things wrong with the Aboriginal community, and isn't any wonder that one comes along here every now and then and comes in and upsets their lives. We muck up their lives. They're terribly upset about us coming over and robbing them, you know. But not half as upset as a lot of us, you know, that were split from our mobs. And in some ways, really, I was always glad when I did get busted, because then if it would all stop, I wouldn't have to do it anymore. I looked at it like that. I rest from Bergs, you know.
Emil, it's Jack here. I'm in the police station in where am I? BPC in Melbourne. Helping the police with the inquiry.
Takes a while, and it takes me about a fortnight really to come good in the neck, you know. Takes me a while to be able to smile at people and that.
You only lose your freedom in the nick. You know, you can't go anywhere, but your mind can go wandering all over the place when you're incarcerated. So that's, for me, that's no never mind. I can go travelling, I'm okay. I might be locked up, but I'm free still, free inside.
I thought long and hard about giving it up, especially overnight, I think. Before dropping off, I think very deeply that, you know, how long I've been at it, and the wasteful money and years I've spent, the jobs, the opportunities I've lost.
I'm going to give up this drink. Yep, start all over again. Yep, you.
You'd have been out in a few months, you silly old fool. Now you'll get done for escape.
I'm not going to die in jail, Dougie. Not in fucking jail.
We're dulling the senses here, totally, when you're using smack. I had to knife him, white boy. Him white boy gone mad. Beating up my Irish woman, smashing him things. Christ, don't leave. Don't want him feral mucking around with me. And you're not allowing pure thought to come into your head in your trans and trains. I do rue the day that I did start. I've realised that I'm needing my own place, you know, because I'm in this. So you can make do. People say you can make do, but you do better if you've got your own place. I'd like it next week. You know, it should be. I should be moving into a place next week. If I haven't got a place by the end of this month, I'm thinking about doing a good earn and getting up the money to get the bond for our own house.
Last Saturday night.
Let me down.
I don't know it.
Mill Hager song. It's a Mill Hager song.
I don't know it now.
One more time.
One more time.
Play one more song. Play one more song.
Black girl, don't you lie to me. Tell me when did you sleep last night? In the pine, where the sun never shines, I shivered the whole night through. That's true. My father, he was a railroad man. He was killed about a mile from here, and they found his head neath the driver's wheel, and his body, it ain't never been found. I go.
Hello, Alkados. It's Jack Charles here, mate. Jack Charles? Jack Charles. I'm all right, Alkados. I do remember you now. Oh, mate, you know, the island is mine, mate, you know, because, as you say, they're an ensemble cast, and you know, working with a mob like that, you know, it's over the moon stuff for me, mate. I'd love it. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, you've got me. Yes. You've got my total, wholehearted attention in this. Yeah, he wants me to be one of the characters and participate in this day's shoot. In April sometime. That's next month, mate, you know. Jesus. One day shoot, you know. I mean, one day shoot, mate. It's, you know, like a whole year's work for me, you know, in a sense, you know. This is Jill. Jill. Hi, Jill.
Hi, Jeff. How you going? Nice to meet you. Now we're going to do a bit of a wardrobe fitting for you.
Right, okay.
I was told that you kind of look pretty good as you are anyway, and you like in this bit. So I think we need to... You're just looking too plain.
Yes,
and too neat.
All right,
we need to give you a bit of another shirt, I think.
Yeah, all right, okay.
Let's just have a look at what we've got floating about here.
Look at the clothes they give me, eh? Look at this. Sweet, eh? I wouldn't be seen dead walking into a soup kitchen like this.
What were you looking for? Wardrobe?
Wardrobe, yeah.
That would be this stuff here.
Yeah, just get the...
Sure. Jack, I'm Bridget.
Bridget, all right.
I'll be on set to look after you with the body and all that.
Oh, great, mate, all right.
Pleasure.
The atmosphere on the set, it just looks like fantastic, mate. You know, it feels fantastic to be on a film set again, you know? Yeah, oh, yes, it's just good, mate, you know? Especially now I've got a smoke, I've had a feed, a drink, you know? I do nothing else, you know? Yeah.
Jack, have you anywhere?
Jack.
Jack.
Yeah.
Yep. Jack's traveling.
Stand by for rehearsal, please. Roll sound, please. Set. Action.
Zebra, I'm thinking sauce. Oh, I like it, egg sauce.
Thank you, gate's clear. So we'll be in the kitchen looking out now. I can grab some air, guys. If us can grab some air while I set up, just move in.
So good, you know, back amongst the land of the living, because it's dead time when you're not in front of a camera sometimes, you know. For me, it's dead time, you know. And in my dead time, I live amongst the dead people who live in the nether regions of this world, you know. I'm so fucking poetic after a day's work, aren't I, eh? That's because I'm... Well, you know, I'm up myself, but I mean, you know, I've worked, you know, I've done something wonderful, mate, you know, that's what I've done. Something wonderful. I've hit the boards again. They captured me and had me in a car and wouldn't let me go out of their sight, you know. And I was threatened heavily and bashed me and that, you know. They're not above hitting fucking old fellas like me and that, you know. So I can't be walking around the streets with this hanging over my head, you know. I asked Huey to give me a knife, so because I'm not going to be hit by these guns, you know. So I got them, he gave me this. I didn't have to use it, but my hand was on it. But I don't like to become violent, but very rare. But today I've really felt the need to arm up. You know, I was ready to whip it out. My hand was on it all the way in the back car, all the time, you know. With my seatbelt undone, I had my fucking hand on my knife. I have done my time living, existing. The better in the neck than outside here at the moment. It's very difficult, especially when you can't sort of just up and go to a place. Anyway, I'll finish that. Okay.
family.
I love you back too. When you're taken from your mum, you know, at such an age, like 10 months, and you're placed in a home to be, you know, raised as a white person. Nobody ever taught me love or anything like this, you know. I was never raised in a loving situation, never held. I can't remember ever being held as a child, as a baby. You become immune to sensitivity. They don't allow you to be sensitive. I was doing the blood knot when I first met him. Well, I knew him before then, but he made himself more prominent in the blood knot by sitting right at my bloody feet every night of that performance. And I was wondering who this bloke was, you know, sitting down the front, looking at me through his four eyes, you know. You know, total rapture in his eyes. I can see it now, you know. And yeah, it was Jake Houston, you know. When he said the magic words, you know, it was, I love you, you know, it was, well, I just... no, you know, I hadn't been told like that, you know, nobody told me that before, you know. And so I said, well, you better stay the night, and that was it, you know. That's how it kicked off. It was as simple as that, you know. But we never did the full thing, you know. It was never the full thing, you know. You know, I just had an aversion to it, you know. We had it done in boys' homes and things like that, where you were forced and that, you know. But when somebody you professed to love, you know, I still couldn't bring myself to do it, you know. Either him or him with me, you know. So we never bothered with it, you know. We were happy just mucking around, you know, as we were doing, you know. And it was safer too, you know, because it never hurt then. This was at a period where I was doing pretty good. I never went into the nick, you know, in those days. I didn't get busted and that, you know. Halfway through it, I was becoming a bit of a tyrant to him, you know, and laying down terms and things like this, you know.
And I blame it all on the fact that, you know, I'd never, ever had a relationship with anyone, you know, with a person, let alone somebody that loves us, you know. And I probably didn't show the confusion that was in my trans and trains, but there was. I was very confused. I was very sick. The day he left, you know, to vomit. I was that sick. The emotion just got me that much, you know. I think about him a lot, Jack, you know. And, yeah, he's never far from my mind, you know. I think about him a lot, you know. He's the only person I've ever, well, now I did love him, you know. I hadn't realised I did until that morning he flew out. That's been, you know, been good for me, you know. Because I got to know what loving a person was.
At long last, I am no longer the oldest street kid on the block. The health service have made great inroads in giving me my first unit. I now live in my own little bed sitter. Well, here's my newfound pad. I'm so lucky to get this. You know, I mean, this you know, this is the first winter I've spent under cover, you know.
You know, mailbox. That's big, you know. Oh, look, there's mail there. Good child. Oh, I've got my first energy bill. So, I'm in debt again. Well, I only had this place for just a little while, you know. So everything's up in a mess until I get proper furniture and that, you know. Right. So come on through. This is the way I live at the moment. Right, I'll just put this over here. But this is home. This must be the Frank Wilkes home for our oldies or something. Look at it, like a winner. Be on time and win. Simply pay your bills in full by the due date for your chance to win. A home theatre system, major prize valued at $9,798, plus 1,500 energy package to be won every 3 months for a year. Wow, that's all right, eh? I think I'll do this. Pay this on time, and I'll have no problems.
Jack, I got a call from Mandy.
Yeah.
And she reckons you've done her house or something?
Down her place.
Yeah. I got a call yesterday and she's like all freaking out about like a ring and a laptop and like a Discman or something.
Yeah.
And she reckons she found new glasses or something.
Yeah.
In her son's drawer or something like that.
Yeah. My glasses.
Yeah, she reckons she remembers your glasses, like these, like black rim glasses or something. Yeah, that's why I've been trying to call you to find you, because she's called the cops on you. And she's given them my number, and I haven't wanted to call them back yet. I haven't spoken to them yet because I haven't known what to say. Like, I wanted to speak to you first about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, well, I did do her place.
Did you?
Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I might have to go for that one. Go under for that one.
She keeps going on and on about a ring or something, that she doesn't want to press charges.
If I get the ring back?
Yeah. Well, she doesn't want to press charges at all.
Yeah.
But, she just wants a ring back, that's all.
A ring back? That's got the ring.
Well,
you do these things to yourself, you know, you fucking bring yourself undone. Nobody was home. So, I mean, that's an ordinary break and enter.
Really get 18 months for that?
Yeah.
Fuck.
If I get the ring back and give it to you...
Yeah.
Right? Fuck. How do I get it back? Well, we're going over Fitzroy now, up to where I sold the ring.
Have you ever been busted for, like, taking from friends before, or?
No.
So is it something you do just when you sort of feel that they can cover it, or?
Yeah, or when I'm really desperate, yeah. It's a bad trait within me. There's 2 jacks there. I'm running it close, aren't I? I'm running it so close. Oh, I'm still alive, aren't I, you know? I'm not dead. I'm still capable of fucking doing things. Oh, that was close. Oh. Yeah, just, go and do a Yui. The dad had it on him. He was wearing it on his ring finger. And he was a very glum look when I said, I go to jail if I don't get that back. That is the offending ring. I give it back. I give it to you to pass it on. I have been juggling theatre and burglary, collecting rent for nigh on 30 years, over 30 years.
underneath a clear blue sky. Summer. Free.
Leave me alone, you bastards!
With the opportunities that I've had, you know, I'd be in a better position with my life at the moment. But I'm not. That shits me. Because I was already thinking about suicide then. I should have maybe got onto the methadone and just been happy with methadone.
Because I had no idea that you were thinking about suicide.
No, I had quite a bit. It goes through my head.
I heard from Mandy. I heard from Mandy again.
Yeah.
About that other ring and stuff.
Yeah.
She said the cops had called her up. And that's why I come around this morning, because they found out your address.
Have they?
Yeah.
Right.
They said they've served, she called me last night.
Yeah.
And they said they've got a warrant being here on Monday.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I won't be here Monday.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll really
good.
come and tell you. Yeah.
All right. Okay. I won't be here Monday. Yeah. I'm glad you told us. Well, that's deflated me somewhat.
Yeah.
That's deflated me somewhat in a large way, mate. Yeah. Of course, I knew that they'd get it sometime. Yeah. I really don't have a plan. Back to the laundries until I'm Barstardy.
How are you, Jack?
All right, mate, very good. I'm so very pleased to be out. Yes. I've had enough of that, you know, so I've had enough of playing the crim. It was a, you know, it was a game I didn't mind doing. But I'm getting too old for it now, you know, I'm getting far too old for it. And I don't mind admitting this time, you know, that it was, I did it harder on this round than I'd ever done any before, you know. My first reaction upon getting out would be to go up and chase a whack, you know. And I got the money to do it too, but I won't be bothering that this time round, you know, because I'll do it without a whack this time, you know.
That's great, Joe.
Well, I can do it. I know I can do it, you know. And I'm being maintained pretty well on methadone, you know, so I'll stick with methadone. Have I left it? Oh, you're right. Yes, thanks. Oh, wow.
Is it exactly how you left it?
As I left it.
Well, even the cup and everything.
As I left it. Have a look at that. Look at that.
Was that your last cup of tea?
That was my last cup of tea when the Jacks came and picked me up that morning. Oh, well. Hello, Ben. Hello.
Hello, Ed.
Hello, Butts. Oh, my. Feels as though I haven't left, really. You know? I feel really good, you know? I'm so lucky. I wanted to stay out for my 60th because, I mean, I'd done me, you know, my 20th, 30th, 40th and 50th all celebrating those birthdays behind bars, you know. Well, I wanted to celebrate my 60th, you know, free. But I'd like to have a party to honour the fact that I'd hit 60 and I was out of the nick when I did hit 60. You know, I may have been wanted by the Jacks and I may have owed them time and that, you know, but I'm glad I stayed out. That's a good drop, thank you. My life is better now that I've jumped off the needle than it's ever been before. This is new. I mean, I'm still discovering things. I'm still discovering that I can do this. And I've found, well, this is fulfillment, really. This is what fulfillment is. I feel, yes, oh, well, it's all been worthwhile. My life's been worthwhile. Fucking oath. I'm reminded of I've reminded them of who they are and who we are.
Right at the back, I was sort of straining, looking up there in the distance at the stage, and on the stage in the distance I saw this tiny little bloke walk onto the stage, and the instant he opened his mouth, it blew not only me away, everybody in the audience. I mean, I could hear him perfectly up the back. The best projection I've ever heard by any actor in the world. And so it's only appropriate that one of the oldest blokes in the room should present this award to one of the other oldest blokes in the room. Mr. Jack Charles, folks.
Oh, wow.
That's very apt.
Oh, wow. Well, this has blown me out. I don't know what I would have done if I'd have stayed in and ignored my parole. I don't know what I could have done. What? I would have been fucked. Oh, this is wonderful. I'm overwhelmed. Oh, this is good. Oh, I'm glad I got my own place to be able to put this on a wall now. You know, this is a big deal. You know, to be off the street, to have your own place, to be able to put something like this on the wall. You know, and for all of you too. Thank you.